All right, in this video, I am going over this paper that we're going to fill out because we're going to start the process of writing a research paper. Okay, so this is a long process. So today we're just starting with just the basics. Okay, so just a real quick introduction. You're going to be writing a research report on a person you admire and think of as successful. So somebody you look up to that you think, yeah, that person is they're a successful person. In your paper, you'll be providing an answer to the question, what characteristics led to their success? So that's your guiding question throughout your paper, okay? Now, you're not going to answer this question in one or two sentences. You're going to provide background information, examples, a lot of information, a lot of detail about what exactly were the characteristics that led to their success. Okay, but that's the overarching question for your whole paper. Okay, the first thing you're going to need to do is decide who you're going to write about. So just start brainstorming a little bit and jot down at least 5 people that you think of as successful that you may want to write about. Okay, you're not picking yet. Okay, after you've chosen, brainstormed those 5 different people, and again, if you think you want to do a sports figure, that's fine, but don't do all sports figures for these 5. Just say, okay, I want to do maybe this sports person or this sports person, and then try to pick people that do other things in the other fields, okay? So don't pick just actors or just musicians or just sports figures. Try to get a mix of people, okay? Business people. An athlete is fine. You can have an athlete, but don't choose all athletes to research from the beginning, okay? So just 5 people that you think of as successful that you may want to end up writing about. Okay, next you're going to do some light research, meaning you're just doing some Google searches and reading some information about these people. You probably already know the people, but you're looking for, how can I answer this question? Okay, how can I answer what characteristics led to their success? So when you're doing your light research, you're looking at these people's names and saying, okay, what led to their success? What are some of the characteristics? Meaning, are they hardworking? Are they caring? Are they trustworthy? Are they responsible? All those different character traits that we go to for best in the West. Do they show grit and perseverance? What are those are character traits. So what kind of character traits do they have that led them to their success? Okay. And while you're reading about these people, you're going to want to look and see, can you answer these questions about them? Because if you can't, for example, if you come up to me and say, well, I chose this person, but they didn't have any obstacles to overcome. Well, if you do that, I'm going to tell you what my teachers told me and what their teachers told them before, and your parents' teachers probably told your parents at one point. If you can't answer one of the questions, choose a different person to do your research report on. Okay. So when you're doing this light research, look back at these questions and decide, well, will I be able to talk about that? If you can't find any information on them about obstacles they had to overcome, then maybe that's not a good choice, because you're going to have to do a lot deeper research, obviously, to find that information. Now, it doesn't mean the information doesn't exist, but you are still responsible. You cannot just write in here, they had no obstacles to overcome. Okay, that means I'm going to say, well, you picked a poor choice for your research paper if you can't answer all the questions. So I would just say, pick somebody else. Okay, so that's why you're doing this light research first, so you can decide, okay, am I going to have enough to write about on this particular person? Okay. Now, after you've done some research, you've decided, okay, yeah, I think I'll be able to answer all these questions pretty well about this person, then decide to narrow it down. Okay. Now, keep in mind, we haven't really started yet, so technically you still could change your person. But once you've done some light research, you've realized, okay, yeah, I can talk a lot about this person. And then start narrowing it down. Who is that person you're going to write about? And then just start making some notes. What are some of those characteristics that led to their success? So you may say, oh, they were hardworking, they were caring, they were intelligent, whatever it may be, okay? But have at least 3. Of course, you can include more. 5, what obstacles did they have to overcome? So just make a quick note of something that you've read about or something you know about that was a challenge for them when they first started. And then are there characteristics attributes that you can gain as well? So if you think they are hardworking, is that something you can do? And then if that's something you can do, how can you show that you have that characteristic as well? If they are intelligent, is that an attribute that you can gain? How would you go about becoming or continuing to be an intelligent person? Okay. Number 7, how have they used their success to help others? So again, if you say, oh, my person didn't help anybody else, then I'm going to tell you, pick somebody else, because you can't write a paper about them because you're unable to answer some of the most basic questions about them that I would have to characterize them as a successful person. Okay, so if you come up to me and say, my successful person didn't help anybody, I'm going to say, okay, well, then maybe you should pick a different person, or you need to do a little more deeper research and see if you can find how they have helped others. Okay, and be specific. Okay, what exactly did they do that helped others be successful as well? Okay, so this is how we're going to start our research paper, and then we're going to take more steps in developing the research paper about your person. Okay. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.